Yo, what's good? Episode 180 Stash House Podcast. Your boy Tyler checking in. First time listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tune in weekly, salute. And it's just an episode. Saw some topics you may want to hear about. Thank you as well. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, whatever you do to help support the podcast. I greatly appreciate it. Hope everyone had a safe week, a safe weekend. Enjoyed yourselves. If you chose to relax, not mad at you for doing that. Students, teachers, workers, all the above, man. Continue doing what you're doing, man. Keep striving. And positive vibes all around. That's the best I can say, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for last week, man. The support, the love, the feedback I received from last week's episode. Had my boy Michi in the building. Discussed a whole lot of things, man. That was a great episode. Thank y'all, man, for continuing to support the podcast. Episode 180 right now. 20 episodes away from episode 200. Around Halloween time, it'll be 4 years for me doing podcasting, so I can't complain, man. I'm just somebody trying to do their thing, man, and something that they enjoy doing. I've been doing it for a minute now. Constant elevation. I continue to say it, man. Constant elevation. Many of y'all have seen me come from just dropping audio from my phone to ordering a rinky-dink mic to where I'm at now, man, doing this whole thing. So thank y'all for the support. And I'm not slowing down. I got plenty with football and all that starting back. I got plenty of nights. I plan on just sipping on some wine or whatever, some tequila shots and with my whiteboard, man, just brainstorming ideas, different things, man. I got to get the squad in here. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the crew up in the building. People have been reaching out to come on the podcast. I'm trying to figure out a way I want to do that because I don't want to go away from what I've been doing because that would kind of got me, you know what I'm saying, where I'm comfortable at just coming here, giving y'all my topics and what I do on a weekly basis. So I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate guests but not make it a guest-driven thing because I've been doing this for so long by myself, you know, bringing in guests. I know people want to hear more than just from me. Like I said, I can bring y'all in for topics or whatever you got going on. So I'm trying to figure it out. Just give me some time. You know what I'm saying? People don't have it in here now. It's been people I've been reaching out to or people been reaching out to me for a minute. So I'm trying to get them out the way first. Then I'm going to get to what I really want to do. And like I said, plenty of nights left, man, where I can just brainstorm my whiteboard, hit some people up. Yo, what you think about this? Think about that. So y'all been riding with me for so long, man. Just keep on riding with me. That's the best I can say. Just continue to support me. I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it a lot, man. So that's just being real off the top of this episode. So let's get to these topics, man. This weekend, college football. We had some games over the weekend, this past weekend, but for me, especially for me, this weekend, man, the kickoff, college football, there's no secret. You know what I'm saying? There should be no surprise who I'm riding with, man. The Ohio State Buckeyes, baby. You know what I'm saying? We coming back. I got my boys winning it all. I'm going to say it. I got my boys winning it all. I'm coming here to say it. You know what I'm saying? We got to redeem ourselves from last year, the year before last. We got to get over the hump, man. Come on. I have our schedule up right now. We got Notre Dame this coming weekend. Set the tone for the year. As much as I come on here and say, yo, Notre Dame, how the hell Notre Dame keeps sneaking into the top 10, top 5? Ohio State beat their ass this year, man. First game of the year, set a tone. You know what I'm saying? So we got Notre Dame. Next week we got Arkansas State. Then we have Toledo. We got Wisconsin, Rutgers, Michigan State, Iowa, Penn State, Northwestern, Indiana, Maryland, and Michigan. So our schedule is our schedule. I'm not really tripping on our schedule too much. USC, y'all, if y'all don't know now, USC and UCLA are now part of the Big Ten as well, so welcome to them. I still haven't got a clear answer on how that's going to work in terms of traveling. I've been asking, you know what I'm saying, fellow Ohio State fans, yo, how that's going to work with them coming from the West Coast. Imagine you in the West Coast. Imagine this, y'all. You in California, and your game is across the United States, 3-hour time difference, and you might go into some snow. Imagine if, like, USC played Northwestern, and it's, like, freezing temperatures. Like, that's an odd conference to come to. Like, I would have chose, like, the Big 12 or something because the weather, at least in terms of weather, that you won't have to worry about that. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work out in terms of traveling. Like, you got Ohio State, got to go to California for, you know what I'm saying? I'm just interested to see how that's going to pan out. Texas and Oklahoma, I believe. They are now the SEC. So we've been having some things happen in terms of college football that may affect the future of college football. Who knows if conferences will even be a thing in the next decade or so. So waiting to see how that pan out, definitely. But in terms of Ohio State, like I said, I'm riding with my boys to the wheel fall off. First, Ryan Day, the head coach. I'm going to start with him first. Ryan Day opened up the playbook. Opened up the playbook on offense. That was my main thing last year. We had C.J. Stroud, who was a freshman quarterback. Definitely seemed uneasy in certain positions, certain play calling, just from my point of view, you know what I'm saying, just me watching the game. I feel like he was uncomfortable at times with the play calling. And then, like, the next drive, it'll be like, okay, he probably went to the sideline and probably suggested this type of play calling. It was like a totally different team. So Ryan Day opened up the playbook, man. We have a three-headed monster on offense this year. C.J. Stroud at quarterback, Henderson at running back, Smith and Jigma at wide receiver, and also at wide receiver lurking, we have Marvin Harrison Jr., the son of the great Marvin Harrison, who played many, many years with Peyton Manning. So we got a loaded offense. Even after losing Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson to the NFL draft, our offense is still loaded. I believe our wide receiver is going to step up. I believe Henderson's going to do what he do on the ground. C.J. Stroud, I would love for him to get some yards with his legs. You don't have to be Braxton Miller. I'm not saying be Braxton Miller, but if you got a good little 5-yard run you can get on 2nd and 7, yo, take that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like 3rd and short, you definitely should take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Slide, you need to slide, get out of bounds, don't fumble, but use your legs more. Plenty of times last year, I'm like, damn, we probably could have got some yards if he would have just ran a couple. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take that run than the sack, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're not fumbling. So C.J. Stroud, man, definitely I want to see him use his legs more. Chemistry with him and Ryan Day with the play calling, I like to see that expand this year as well with the play calling on offense. So our offense, for the most part, I'm really not concerned. I think the play calling and all that is going to be great. So I'm not really concerned with our offense. But our defense, on the other hand, is a major. It's always been a concern for me, man, for the past couple of years, because with our defense kind of, I don't want to say it spill over to our offense, but if our defense is just sleep and not playing, our offense got to play catch up, and then we're gonna not look like ourselves, and that just caused me to have an early headache on a Saturday, which I don't like to have. I don't like to have a headache because of Ohio State football at 2 o'clock on a Saturday evening. So our defense definitely got to step up, man. I believe I saw a report. We have 7 people returning, starters returning on defense. I might be wrong in that, but I think I saw a report. We have 7 people returning, which is good. But from a standpoint of our front 4, we need somebody to step up. I would love to have all 4 of the front 4 to be dominant and cause havoc in the backfield. I would love that to happen, but we need more than just one guy. We need at least 2 in the possible. You know what I'm saying? Because as we've seen a couple of years, we had the Bosa brothers, we had Chase Young, and it seemed like when they get shut down, somebody else step up, but we need somebody like every game. Like I said, with Ohio State, I don't look at the season all around. I'm looking at it game by game. Who's stepping up? You don't got to be the same person every game. Like, it could be different. It could be the front 4. It could be the linebackers. It could be the secondary. Our defense just needs somebody to step up each game, man. That's my biggest concern. I believe our linebacker core going to be good. Secondary, man, do not get burnt by those receivers, man. Our secondary got to be one of those defense that just nasty. I just want a nasty defense from Ohio State. I would love to see that. If we have a nasty defense, boy, I would be extremely happy. You know what I'm saying? So our defense got to step up, but all around in terms of Ohio State, once again, stop with the slow starts. And when I say slow starts, we can't come out the first 2 quarters and just lollygag around. You know what I'm saying? We got us from kickoff to the end of the game. We are a second-half team. We've been a second-half team for the past 3-4 years. In my opinion, definitely for the last 2-3 years, we've been a second-half team. I think we just need to come out to a fast start, and I believe we'll be good. Like I said, We always lose games in the regular season we're not supposed to lose. So each game I'm looking at Notre Dame, Arkansas State, Toledo. You know what I'm saying? Just certain games you should have as an automatic W. But Ohio State's going to make it very entertaining. And that's the bad thing. We make games that are not supposed to be entertaining very entertaining. And that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, man. Can we just get in and get out? Like certain games I shouldn't have to be watching to the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter for us to break away and take the W, man. Just certain games we should just be beating their ass early and get it over with, and just have the second string come in there and get some experience in. That's my opinion, but we shall see. I'm excited for it. Y'all know I stay in SEC country, so I'm sure the Alabama fans excited, Georgia fans, Auburn fans, Florida fans. That time of the year, man, I like to call it my favorite time of the year. We got college football kicking off. Soon after that, NFL kicking off. I'm finally doing fantasy football this year. My first time doing that, so I'm doing all that with the guys. We had the Zoom meeting and all that. We got the group chat, so I'm looking forward to that. NBA will kick off, and just because it's a slow news week, the NBA tip-off, the Lakers made a trade for Patrick Beverley, and I'm scratching my head. Not that I wouldn't want to have him. Like, I wouldn't be mad if we just got him. He's just like, okay, we got Patrick Beverley, cool. But we take in consideration that, one, this dude celebrated a play-in game as if he just won the damn NBA Finals. That's one thing. Off real, that's one, like, fam, it's just certain things I feel like, and this is probably why I'm not coaching or don't feel like coaching or nothing like that. I'm looking at the person. I'm like, fam, if you're getting happy over a play-in game like that, it's cool to be okay, yes, we got in the playoffs, bet, let lock in, boom, boom, do what we got to do. But if y'all seen the video of Minnesota celebrating that play-in game, would you really want somebody like that on your team? Come on, y'all, be for real. Be for real. I ain't even looking at the basketball aspect at this point. I'm looking at, damn, bro, you that damn happy you in the playoffs? And then to lose like that in the playoffs? Come on, man. Come on. And then let's look at number two. You're like, okay, Tyler, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? He want to play in. Okay, if I am tripping, explain this. Why would you bring in Patrick Beverley when him and Russell Westbrook clearly not? We still got the Russell Westbrook problem that we got to figure out. Why would you bring in probably his arch enemy outside of probably Kevin Durant? Why would you bring in somebody he just don't get along with? And then on top of that, I'm watching the Lakers show on HBO finally. Well, I finished it over the weekend. I watched the winning time, the Laker dynasty. If it go down like that in the locker room, bro, I can only imagine how it's about to go now with Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverley. Oh my God. Why would the Lakers do this to me? Why? Why would the Lakers do this? Patrick Beverley, for real. But it is what it is. We'll talk about that further down the line, man. NBA tip-off. But back to college football, man. Ohio State, like I said, this is our schedule. Y'all know, Ohio State schedule. This is my weekend until Thanksgiving in terms of this. This is what I mean when I say this is my weekend. If Ohio State got a game at 12 noon, I'm not leaving till after the game. You know what I'm saying? If they got a game at 3:30, I could do some little grocery shopping or something like that early in the day. Then I sit back down and watch the game till about 7. My night is free unless it's a big game on that night or a big fight. And if Ohio State got a nightcap game, I'm inside. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new. If y'all been following me, y'all know that's my thing. When Ohio State playing, Tyler is 0 dark 30. Tyler is not texting. Only people I text is my group chat, my family, my uncle, my cousins, because we all Ohio State. And I probably text them. I text them at like halftime and at the end of the game. Or if it's like a blowout or something, I text them. But even with them, I only text them at certain times during the game. So there's nothing new. I'm not being anti to nobody. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, what they call it? I'm not missing out on nothing. I'm locked into the game. I'm locked in for personal reasons and podcast reasons because y'all know if Ohio State playing Toledo and it's a close game, I'm going to come back and talk about it. Y'all know that's if I got anything to talk about within the next couple months, it's Ohio State football. So just a heads up for everybody, anybody who's new to the program, you know what I'm saying, Ohio State, that's my team. I ride with it till the wheels fall off. I've been riding with them from the losses to the close wins to the blowouts to the bad losses to the horrible losses, national championship losses, playoff losses, Michigan losses. We just need a breakout year. Ryan Day, this is Tyler speaking to you, Ryan Day. please, just for me, have a breakout year. Win the games you're supposed to win. Get in the playoff. Win the playoffs. Win the national championship so I can talk my shit down here. Please. That's all I want. I just want to pop my shit one good time on some, we beat we won the chip. Not just we beat Clemson, we beat Michigan. We won the chip. I just want to pop my shit one time on the podcast for Ohio State purpose. And I did it with Clemson, but I want the national championship pop. Y'all think I'm just wearing the shirt right now. We win national championship. I'm wearing all the equipment. I'm wearing everything. All the merch. So come on, Ryan Day. CJ Stroud, do what you do. Henderson, do what you do. Smith and Jigma, defense, lock in. And I feel like we'll be all right. So we got some new music to talk about, man. I'm going to start first with Larry June, Spaceships on the Blade. He dropped this project a couple weeks ago, man. 20 records. I was shocked to see Larry had 20 records on this too, by the way, but not mad at it, but I would prefer Larry to stick to that. Y'all know me, 10, 12, 14. But I'm not mad at it. The track with 2 Chainz, still booming, still going in rotation for me, man. It's probably my favorite project, my favorite song off the project. So shout out to Larry June, but mainly why I'm bringing this project up, man, I think Larry June's about to go on a strong fourth quarter run for the rest of the year, man. And especially for me being a fan of Larry June, these projects got me very, very excited. For one, Larry June Alchemist. I talked about that on my mid-year. I'm still ready for that. Larry June Alchemist. Currency just had an interview where he confirmed their project done. They just waiting to shoot videos for it. So Larry June Currency, I've been waiting for that collab since probably 2020, really. Yeah, 2020, I've been waiting on that collab project, so ready for that. Cardo just tweeted that Larry June, him and Larry June project coming out soon. I think that's the next project Larry June coming out with, the one with him and Cardo. And if y'all know Larry June music, Cardo Productions, that's the formula right there for Larry June, so definitely waiting on that. He teased the DJ Fresh project I'm waiting on, and if anything, I know he's going to give me another solo project. You know what I'm saying? And he had the one with Jrd earlier this year, that 2 Ps in the pod as well. But in terms of the fourth quarter, the last few months of the year, I think Larry June about to go on a real run, man. So make sure you guys pay attention to what Larry June got going on. I've been seeing more and more people get up on him since the pandemic. I think that one his fan base really kind of spiked, in my opinion. But shout out to Larry June, man. You're doing good. You're doing very good, Larry June. And keep on doing what you're doing, man. Also, new music. JID, The Forever Story, man, talk about a project I've been waiting on. This JID first project since 2018, man. Since 2018, this is his first project. I've been waiting on it. It's a follow-up to his project, The Never Story. He had DiCaprio 2 drop in 2018, but The Forever Story is definitely more of the, I say the sequel, I'll say, to The Never Story project, man. 15 songs. We got Wayne on it, Most Def, Yasin Bey, a.k.a. Most Def. We got Ari Lennox, Lil Durk, 21 Savage, Baby Tate, Earth Gang, and Kenny Mason. The project for me, man, it took me a while to get to it over the weekend. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And the first listen I had, I was like, okay, it's clearly something I got to listen to more in terms of The Never Story. The Never Story was something I just put on and just let that shit ride. But this one, after a 4-year break and JID being the artist he is, it's something that he really took his time with, I'll say. So I had to take probably like 2 listens, I'll say. But by that second listen, I was like, okay, I understand. And when I say I finally understand, he had a 5-song stretch from Cody Blue, track 7, Cody Blue 31, to track 11, Stars featuring Yasin Bey. That 5-song stretch, it's Cody Blue 31, it's Brother and Them featuring Lil Durk, Sister Them just solo, Can't Make You Change featuring Ari Lennox, and Stars featuring Yasin Bey. That's a strong 5-song stretch, man. That's a strong 5-song stretch. And he's like, JID, he's one of those guys, after this project, I'm confident that he's going to be next in that new generation. Like, you got some names. You got Westside Boogie, you got JID, you got Reason, you got Isaiah Rashad, they throw Corday name up in there. I think all those guys trying to find their niche in terms of albums. We know they can rap, but now, like Isaiah Rashad, The House is Burning, that was a great album. Westside Boogie, Black Superheroes, I forgot the full name, but I know it's a Black Superheroes. That's a great project. The Forever Story, JID, that's a great project. So I think that new generation, man, they got some aliens in that new generation, guys who can just spit. But when it comes to album and song making, I think a few of them trying to separate themselves from the pack. And I got Isaiah Rashad and JID and Westside Boogie in that realm of those guys who conducting, who putting together great projects as well. So shout out to JID, man. This is a very, very strong project. It's something that you gotta, I can say you gotta listen to like that, but it's something that when you listen to it, you gotta take into consideration, like, okay, this is something you gotta listen to. You know what I'm saying? He got some songs that got a little bump into, a little bass, but for the most part, listen to what bruh's saying, man. Like, and I like his rollout too. His rollout was they had his old car, I think it was a Pontiac or something like that, in different places in Atlanta and New York, places that was important to him, I guess his career, and they played the song in the Pontiac and his fans surrounded it. Rollouts always get me. I appreciate that, and you could tell he's one of those guys trying to separate his listeners from his fans. If you're a fan of him, you understand his music, I'll say, a little bit more. And I like JID, man. I like JID, but overall, this project, very, very solid. I just got to live with it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But that 5-song stretch, very, very strong. Also new music, man. Underground World, Roc Marci and Alchemist, The Elephant Man's Bones. It's just a perfect combination. There's not much more that I can say about this project, man. Roc Marci talking that fly shit, Alchemist with that sampling and his production, it's just amazing, man. It's just my realm, especially like I said with underground music. I enjoy it. So Roc Marci, Alchemist, The Elephant Man's Bones. Make sure you guys check that out as well. It shouldn't be no surprise. I didn't listen to the Khaled album. I'm sure there's some shit on there that I like. If it is, send me the songs to listen to on the Khaled album. I didn't listen. I listened to a little bit of the Jay-Z verse just because I'm a whole fan. I heard people talking about the verse. It was a cool verse. That's all I got. It's a cool verse. I like it. I ain't about to go up in arms and, oh my God, I ain't gonna take my shirt off and have it swinging like a helicopter or nothing like that. But it's a good verse. But in terms of the Khaled album, y'all send me the songs to listen to, and I'll get to that. That's the best I got for you with the Khaled album, man. So recap of this episode, I got Ohio State Buckeyes, man. Y'all know that's what I'm tuning into. Ohio State Buckeyes, we kick off this season this Saturday against Notre Dame. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can't wait to see how our season play out, man. Y'all know that's what I'm focused on in terms of college football. Like, if I talk about college football on the podcast, unless I just catch a great, great game, I'll discuss it as well. But for the most part, man, I'm locked into my boys, man, at Ohio State. And shout out to the Russell County Warriors, too, man. My alma mater high school. They start off the season 2-0 as well. So shout out to Russell County, too, man. Larry June, Spatials on the Blade. I believe this is the start of the Larry June fourth quarter run. He got Project with Alchemist coming, Project with Currency coming, Project with Cardo coming, possible DJ Fresh project coming too, man. So pay attention to what Larry June doing. Y'all hearing it here. This is my prediction for the rest of the year in terms of artists. I think Larry June about to have a very, very critical fourth quarter run, man. That's just my opinion. JID, The Forever Story. Take some time, man. Listen to it. Listen to it, man. Great, great body of work. Separate himself from the pack. I'm not mad at it, JID. You did your thing on this one, bro. I'm not mad at it. And Roc Marci, Alchemist, Elephant Man Bones, man. I'm an underground people. Y'all know how I rock with that. And before I end this episode, and speaking of underground music, Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher. As a person who's a fan of y'all music, man, I just want to say y'all too old for that shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go on Twitter, Shade Room. I don't know where it's at. I saw it on Twitter, but Benny the Butcher, Freddie Gibbs, y'all too old for that shit. That's my last message before I get up out of here, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. This is episode 180 Stash House Podcast. Make sure you guys go out, have a great work week, man. Great school week. Take care of yourself, man. Positive vibes, positive energy. Once again, man, thank y'all for the support so far from the podcast, man. Constant elevation, man. I'm going to keep on giving y'all great content. I'm bringing some more people, man. Get some more thoughts on different topics, man. Different way of life, different way of thinking, man. Just y'all been grinding with me for so long. Y'all been holding me down for so long, man. Just keep on doing it, man. That's the most I can ask for, man. So once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Keep me in your prayers. Do the same for y'all, man.